some answers, but you need to decide what you want it to be able to do. Because if you don't, I promise you they'll sell you whatever they got. So you need to know what you want to do. You got to, and can that system be upgraded? Because we talked about changes every 2 years. Can that system be upgraded and stay caught up as you buy it? Can the system connect to outside labs, hospitals, and other things? But when you ask all these questions, the sales rep will say yes. And then when you get around to doing it, you forgot to ask the next question: how much will it cost? Because what happens is, all of a sudden they say, well, yeah, we can do that report for you, $10,000. We connect to all your lab equipment, but that's $50,000. You know, like Ray said, he got away with, he's got all his upgrades done, I don't. So I didn't ask those questions, and now when we negotiated, as we discussed, those are problems that you have to deal with. So you need to ask, how much will it cost for these things that I want to have? You want to talk to somebody in the service department. You want to say, when do y'all come visit? When do I have to call? How do y'all fix my machine? And you need to get away from talking to the salesperson the whole time. You need to talk to the implementation team to know exactly what they're going to do and how they do it. You need to talk to the people that can do that. Because the salespeople, and if you're in here, God bless you, I know you got a job to do, but they can sell you anything, and then you've got to make it work. So you need to have those conversations. And in this, you have to have a champion. And your champion, you've got to have the courage of King Richard. And you've got to have the ability of the Queen there to encourage and manipulate a little bit. And the wisdom of Thomas Jefferson to make this work. So every group needs to have a champion, and that usually, so you need to kind of determine at the beginning which one of your physicians are going to be your champion. Because like I said, you're going to have someone out there that's the champion. And that person has to be a dictator. I remember when we implemented ours, one of our office practice sites, we had one doctor and his nurse that they found every problem there was. So I had to have a little meeting, because I was the champion at that time, and say, listen, we are not going backwards. We are going to continue to do this. So you've got a decision. Make it work. If you have concerns, tell me what they are and tell me how to fix it. We'll go find you another place to work. I don't care. But you've got to have somebody capable of doing that, and it usually has to be the physician or at least somebody in leadership to be able to say those things. But you need to have some staff involved that can educate and be champion and get the staff up and get them going. So you have to have that. We had what we call our dream team, and I've already mentioned that. That's those 3 people that we sent off for added education. That they went to special conferences, that they knew what they needed to do. So our staff and our other members knew who to call to get things done. So those people would do that. You need to know who your vendor contact is. Make sure you know them personally by their first name. You want their cell phone number, their home number, their house number, their email address, and where they live, because you may have to go there. Make sure things happen. And then you have to have it in some time a plan on how you're going to train your staff. Who's going to be trained? How they're going to do it? What's going to go? But you have to think through those processes as you go through it in your champion. Because what I wanted my system to do, and I'm finding that's a lot of problem, for primary care, for family physicians, NCQA designation is becoming an important phrase. How many of you know what NCQA designation is? There's a few of you. GE does it. That bothers me. But they're going to learn. I'm going to teach them. But basically, what that is for primary care, the patient-centered medical home is a way that